Hi, I'm Dr. Mohit Khera. I'm a professor of urology and the director of men's health at Baylor College of Medicine in Houston, Texas. For over 2 decades, my work has been focused on helping men restore their confidence, vitality, and quality of life as they age. And one of the most common questions I get asked from men over the age of 70 is this: doctor, is there anything natural I can do to improve my stamina, energy, and performance in the bedroom? As men grow older, one of the most important things to understand is that stamina and vitality naturally change with age. By the time a man reaches his 70s, he has lived through decades of hormonal shifts, cardiovascular changes, and accumulated lifestyle factors that all affect his performance. Testosterone, which peaks in young adulthood, begins to decline gradually starting in the late 30s. By age 70, many men have testosterone levels that are significantly lower than in their younger years, and this reduction impacts energy, muscle mass, mood, and sexual function. Alongside these hormonal changes, the blood vessels that carry oxygen and nutrients to the body begin to stiffen, and arteries lose some of their natural elasticity. Because an erection is essentially a vascular event dependent on strong and healthy blood flow, these changes often translate into weaker or less reliable erections. But it is important to emphasize that decline does not mean the end of vitality. What many men fail to realize is that stamina and performance at 70 are not solely dictated by age. They are strongly influenced by lifestyle choices, medical conditions, and how well one adapts to these changes. A man who remains physically active, maintains a healthy diet, and addresses his medical issues proactively can continue to enjoy both intimacy and physical strength well into his later years. I often tell my patients that erections are not just about sex. They are a reflection of cardiovascular health. If you are experiencing erectile difficulties at 70, it may be the body's way of signaling that your circulation or heart health needs attention. In this way, the bedroom becomes an early warning system for overall wellness. One of the common fears that older men carry is that diminished stamina is inevitable and irreversible. That is simply not true. While it's unrealistic to expect the same performance levels as in one's 20s, the body responds remarkably well to care and intervention at any age. Regular exercise, particularly activities that improve cardiovascular endurance and build muscle strength, has been shown to enhance blood flow, boost natural testosterone production, and increase energy. Proper nutrition, rich in antioxidants and healthy fats, supports vascular health and hormone balance. Managing chronic conditions such as diabetes, high blood pressure, or obesity is equally crucial, as these are among the leading causes of erectile dysfunction in older men. Beyond the physical aspects, stamina is also deeply connected to mental health and emotional well-being. Anxiety, depression, and stress are all powerful inhibitors of sexual performance, and they often become more pronounced in later life due to changes in work, retirement, relationships, or loss. Learning to manage stress, practicing relaxation techniques, and nurturing intimacy with a partner all play essential roles in sustaining stamina. I encourage men to see sexual health as part of a larger picture of living fully and vibrantly. It is not simply about the ability to perform, but about maintaining a sense of confidence, connection, and quality of life. Castor oil has been used for centuries across different cultures for its medicinal properties. And what is fascinating is how this traditional remedy is now finding a place in modern discussions about men's health. When men reach their 70s, many begin looking for natural ways to support stamina, improve circulation, and maintain sexual function without immediately turning to medications. This is where castor oil massage comes into the conversation. The oil itself contains retinoic acid, a compound known for its anti-inflammatory and circulation-boosting properties. Unlike many topical oils that simply sit on the surface of the skin, castor oil has a unique ability to penetrate deeper into the tissues, where it can influence blood vessels, lymphatic flow, and muscle relaxation. For men concerned about stamina and erections, the area just above the pubic bone and lower abdomen is particularly important. This region is packed with vascular channels that supply blood to the penis and surrounding pelvic organs. As men age, these vessels can become narrowed or sluggish, leading to weaker blood flow and difficulty achieving firm erections. By massaging warm castor oil into this region, the oil works almost like a natural vasodilator, encouraging better circulation. Over time, improved blood flow enhances not only erectile strength but also overall pelvic vitality. Many men report that after a few weeks of regular massage, they experience not just stronger erections, but also better urinary flow and less pelvic tension. Another key aspect of this practice is the effect it can have on the prostate. The prostate gland, which often becomes enlarged with age, is central to a man's urinary and sexual health. A congested or inflamed prostate can contribute to poor stamina, discomfort, and weaker erections. Castor oil's anti-inflammatory properties may help relieve some of that congestion when applied consistently, while the act of massage itself promotes lymphatic drainage and relaxation of tight pelvic muscles. This creates an environment that supports better function and lessens discomfort. Although it is not a medical cure for prostate enlargement or erectile dysfunction, it can serve as a supportive therapy that complements other treatments. There is also a mental and emotional component to this ritual. Taking a few minutes each evening to warm the oil, apply it gently, and massage in slow circular motions can be deeply relaxing. Stress and anxiety are silent enemies of stamina, particularly in older men. By creating a nightly practice that calms the nervous system, lowers stress hormones, and signals the body to relax, men indirectly set the stage for better sexual function. In fact, the mind-body connection is so powerful that many men notice improvement, not only in physical stamina, but also in confidence and emotional intimacy with their partners. Ultimately, this practice is about more than oil. It is about circulation, relaxation, and reconnecting with one's own body. At 70 and beyond, small habits like this can make an enormous difference. They remind men that their health is still within their control, that natural remedies can work alongside medical science, and that the pursuit of vitality does not end with age. The prostate is one of the most important yet most overlooked organs in men's health, particularly after the age of 70. It sits just below the bladder and surrounds the urethra, and although it is small, its impact on stamina, urinary function, and sexual health is enormous. As men age, it is common for the prostate to enlarge, a condition known as benign prostatic hyperplasia. This enlargement does not always mean cancer, but it does create pressure on the urinary tract, often leading to weaker flow, frequent urination at night, and a constant feeling of pelvic heaviness. Beyond urinary symptoms, a congested prostate can directly influence erections. When blood and lymphatic fluid are not flowing freely through the pelvis, performance suffers. Erections are less firm. Stamina is shortened and confidence begins to erode. Massage with castor oil in the lower abdomen and pelvic region can play a subtle but powerful role in supporting the prostate and relieving some of this congestion. By gently stimulating circulation in the tissues surrounding the prostate, the body is encouraged to clear away stagnant fluid and deliver fresh blood rich in oxygen and nutrients. This is important because healthy circulation supports the nerves and muscles involved in erections. When the pelvic muscles are tight, or when the prostate is swollen, erections often become weaker or inconsistent. But as circulation improves and tissues relax, function often follows. Many men describe a sense of lightness in the pelvis after regular massage, as though pressure has been lifted and energy is flowing more freely. Another benefit of this practice is its effect on pelvic floor muscles. Over time, men may carry tension in these deep muscles without realizing it. Stress, poor posture, and chronic sitting can all cause tightness that interferes with sexual stamina. A nightly massage ritual allows these muscles to relax, releasing built-up tension and restoring balance in the pelvis. This not only aids erections, but also improves urinary control and reduces discomfort. It is a holistic approach, where physical touch improves function while also soothing the nervous system. For many men, the combination of reduced stress and improved pelvic health becomes a turning point in how they experience intimacy later in life. There is also an emotional layer to supporting the prostate and pelvic region. Many older men silently fear the decline of their masculinity, associating urinary issues or erectile challenges with loss of identity. Taking active steps to care for this part of the body shifts the perspective from decline to empowerment. Instead of passively accepting weakness, men learn that simple, natural practices can help them regain control and confidence. This confidence then translates into stronger connections with their partners and a more positive outlook on aging itself. Prostate health is not only about urination or erections. It is about preserving a man's vitality, independence, and self-assurance. Even though massage is not a replacement for medical treatment, it works beautifully as a supportive therapy. It aligns with the broader principle that small, consistent actions compound over time. In the same way that exercise strengthens the heart, or diet nourishes the body, regular care of the pelvic region nourishes the foundation of a man's vitality. At 70 and beyond, that foundation matters more than ever, and it is never too late to start. The process of using castor oil massage for stamina and erections is simple, but the details matter. The first step is choosing a high-quality, cold-pressed castor oil. Purity is important because the oil needs to penetrate deeply into the tissues, and any additives or chemicals could irritate the skin. Once the oil is ready, the next step is warming it slightly. This can be done by rubbing a small amount between the palms until it feels comfortable, or by placing the bottle in a bowl of warm water for a few minutes. The warmth not only helps the oil spread more easily, but also signals the body to relax, as heat itself naturally dilates blood vessels and prepares the tissues for circulation. With the oil warmed, application begins in the lower abdomen, just above the pubic bone. This region is chosen because it sits directly over the pelvic blood vessels and lymphatic channels. Using slow, gentle circular motions with the fingertips or palm, the oil is massaged into the skin for about 5 minutes. The circles should be firm enough to stimulate circulation, but not so hard that they cause discomfort. The goal is relaxation, not force. As the oil is absorbed, the tissues begin to soften, and many men notice a sensation of warmth or lightness in the pelvis. This is the body responding to improved blood flow. Some men prefer to extend the massage outward toward the inner thighs or upward toward the lower belly. These areas are also rich in vessels that feed into the pelvic organs, and expanding the massage helps create a broader effect. The key is consistency. Just as exercise must be done regularly to strengthen the body, castor oil massage produces the best results when performed daily. I often recommend men practice it at night before bed. At this time, the body is winding down, stress hormones are lower, and the quiet atmosphere allows for a more mindful experience. It also avoids any disruption to daily routines and ensures the oil has several hours to absorb while the body rests. In addition to the physical effects, the act of massage becomes a form of meditation. Men in their 70s often carry tension, not just in their bodies but in their minds, worrying about health, aging, or intimacy. By focusing on slow, deliberate movements, the massage provides an opportunity to calm the mind, regulate breathing, and shift into a state of relaxation. This mental state is just as important as the physical circulation, because stress is one of the most powerful inhibitors of erections. The ritual of oiling and massaging therefore works on 2 levels, enhancing circulation in the pelvis and simultaneously preparing the mind for rest, recovery, and intimacy. Over time, this nightly practice becomes more than a technique, it turns into an act of self-care. It sends a message to the body that it is worth nurturing, that age does not mean neglect, and that vitality can be supported with gentle, natural practices. For many men, this alone restores a sense of control and confidence, which are essential ingredients for stamina and intimacy. When discussing stamina and erections in men over 70, it is essential to remember that no single practice works in isolation. The human body is an interconnected system, and sexual performance is a reflection of overall health. Erections require healthy blood vessels, balanced hormones, strong muscles, and a calm mind. If even one of these areas is neglected, performance will decline. This is why lifestyle plays such a crucial role in sustaining vitality at an older age. Castor oil massage can support circulation and pelvic health, but its benefits are magnified when combined with exercise, proper nutrition, good sleep, and regular medical care. Exercise is one of the most powerful tools for maintaining stamina. When a man exercises, his heart pumps more efficiently, his arteries remain flexible, and blood flow to all parts of the body improves, including the pelvic region. Cardiovascular activities like walking, cycling, or swimming strengthen the heart and increase endurance. Resistance training, on the other hand, boosts testosterone levels naturally, maintains muscle mass, and improves body composition. Men who make physical activity a regular part of their lives often report stronger erections, more energy, and greater confidence. Even a daily 30-minute walk can make a remarkable difference. Diet is another pillar of sexual health. Foods rich in antioxidants, such as colorful vegetables and fruits, help reduce oxidative stress, which can damage blood vessels. Healthy fats from sources like olive oil, nuts, and fatty fish support hormone production, while lean proteins provide the building blocks for muscle repair. On the other hand, processed foods high in sugar and unhealthy fats accelerate vascular aging and contribute to obesity, diabetes, and high blood pressure, all leading causes of erectile dysfunction. Men who embrace a diet focused on whole, natural foods give their bodies the nutrients needed for optimal performance and stamina. Sleep is often overlooked, yet it plays a vital role in sexual health. During deep sleep, the body produces testosterone and growth hormone, both of which are critical for energy, strength, and erections. Poor or insufficient sleep disrupts this natural cycle, leading to fatigue, irritability, and reduced sexual desire. Establishing a consistent sleep routine, limiting caffeine late in the day, and creating a calm bedtime environment all contribute to restorative rest. When paired with the nightly ritual of castor oil massage, good sleep becomes a foundation for both physical and emotional vitality. Equally important is stress management. Chronic stress elevates cortisol, a hormone that suppresses testosterone and constricts blood vessels. Men in their 70s may face stress from health concerns, family responsibilities, or financial worries. Practices such as meditation, deep breathing, yoga, or even simple hobbies can help lower stress and restore balance. When the mind is calm, the body is far more capable of sustaining stamina and intimacy. Ultimately, stamina after 70 is not about one magic solution. It is the result of a lifestyle that respects the body's needs while addressing its challenges. Castor oil massage can enhance circulation and support pelvic health, but it works best when combined with consistent exercise, nourishing foods, restful sleep, and mindful living. Together, these habits form a powerful foundation that allows men to not only maintain performance, but also enjoy life with confidence, energy, and vitality well into their later years. Growing older often comes with the fear that intimacy and performance are destined to fade away completely. Many men in their 70s quietly assume that the decline they are experiencing is permanent. That passion belongs only to their younger years. But the truth is far more encouraging. Aging does not mean the end of intimacy. While it is natural for the body to change with time, the ability to enjoy closeness, desire, and sexual satisfaction remains very much alive when the right strategies are embraced. In fact, many men discover that their later years bring a new depth to intimacy, where experience, emotional connection, and confidence play as much of a role as physical strength. The first step in embracing this stage of life is shifting perspective. Instead of viewing age as a barrier, it can be seen as an opportunity to approach health and intimacy with greater wisdom. Men in their 70s know their bodies better. They understand what brings them comfort, and they value the quality of connection over fleeting performance. By combining this maturity with practical steps to support circulation, hormonal balance, and emotional well-being, stamina can be preserved and even improved. Simple habits such as consistent exercise, mindful eating, stress reduction, and practices like castor oil massage are not trivial. They are building blocks for vitality that directly translate into better performance. Equally important is communication with a partner. Many men hesitate to talk about the changes they are experiencing, but intimacy flourishes when honesty is present. Sharing concerns and desires openly often leads to deeper emotional bonds, which in turn enhance physical closeness. Intimacy is not measured only by the firmness of an erection, but by the strength of the connection between two people. When that connection is nurtured, the body often responds more positively, reducing anxiety and allowing natural desire to flow more easily. Medical advances have also given men more tools than ever before to sustain sexual health later in life. From therapies that restore testosterone levels to treatments that improve blood flow, options exist for those who need additional support. The key is not to suffer in silence but to seek guidance from a professional. Even men well into their 70s and beyond can benefit greatly from modern medicine when it is combined with natural, consistent self-care practices. Ultimately, the message is one of empowerment. A man's 70s can be a time of renewed energy, meaningful intimacy, and restored confidence if he chooses to take an active role in his health. Aging may bring changes, but it does not erase the capacity for desire, pleasure, and connection. The body responds to care at every age, and vitality is never completely out of reach. With daily attention to health, an openness to natural and medical support, and a positive outlook, men can continue to experience the joy of intimacy well into their later years. Far from being the end, it can be a rich and fulfilling chapter of life.